Hi everyone, I am Rashid. Today my topic is present simple tense. We are going to start series of tenses, but before going forward in a tenses, what is tense in English grammar? A tense is a form of verb that allows you to express time. The tense of the verb tells us when an event or something existed or a person did something. There are three main types of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. We will be explain each tense in a detail. Okay, so present simple tense. Before going forward in a present simple tense, we need to understand a little bit the differences also between present simple tense and also present continuous tense. Present continuous tense, also called present progressive tense, but we need to know what's differences between present simple and also present continuous tense. We can use present simple tense when when something is happening always, or when we're talking about general things, then we need to use present simple tense. Or if something is a permanent, then we need to use present simple tense. But on the other hand, if something is happening right now at this moment or temporary, then there we will use present continuous tense or present progressive tense. Let's give some example. So I am teaching right now. So what do you think? What tense I supposed to use? I should use present simple tense or present continuous tense? Definitely, I will use present continuous tense because the action is happening right now. My teaching, I teach English class, so this action is happening right now. I am teaching, and I don't know, maybe I will teach today. I don't know, I will be teaching tomorrow or not. So that's why I use present continuous tense. It's a temporary tense, also we can say. But if I used to teaching English, math, bio, or any other subject, and this is my job, then I will be using present simple tense. For example, I teach, you teach, we teach, they teach, he teaches, she teaches. Well, that explains a little bit more present simple tense. We told here that if something happening permanent or always, there we will use present simple tense. So it means if I say I teach an English class, it means I teach always, right? If I say she teaches an English class, it means this is her job and she's teaching always. But if somebody come and he tell me that, oh, I want to teach English, and he start teaching English, then I will say he is teaching English. It means we don't know about that person, that is his job or not. But at the moment when he is doing something, in that time we can say we will use present continuous tense. Right, so now we will be explaining when to use it, means when to use simple present tense, as we explained before a little bit, but now a little more in a detail. Permanent. So how we can use simple present tense? for permanent situation. She lives in Japan. It means she not living for one day, for 1 week. She's living permanent there. So when somebody doing some action permanent, then we use simple present tense or present simple tense. He teaches online. So when we see here teaches, yes, it means this person is always teach online. Means that is his job, and that's why he using present simple tense. We also use for routines. If something is happening on daily basis, it means routines. There we need to use present simple tense. For example, I go to school at 7 p.m. If I am a student and I go to school on one schedule every day, and that is my routine, there I can use simple present tense. And also, if somebody sleep at exact time, and that is also routine, there we can use also a present simple tense. For example, I go to sleep at 10 p.m. We also use perfects. For example, smoking causes cancer. So it's a fact that if somebody is smoking, that can be causes a cancer. The sun rises in the east. This is fact. We all know the sun rises in the east or from the east. Schedule. If something happened on a scheduled time, there we need to use present simple tense. For example, his class starts at 8. So we use here starts, present simple tense. The reason is we know that this person on schedule about his class. His class ends at 3 p.m. or 3. So here is a schedule. On schedule his class start, on schedule his class ends. So that's why we use here present simple tense. Frequency. If something happen on frequencies like never, always, often, rarely, then we use simple present tense or present simple tense. For example, she always reads. Now, always, when there is come always, we have to use their present simple tense. He never flies. If somebody never flies, means if something never happened, then there we can also use present simple tense. So now we will be teaching how to use it, the present simple tense. So as we know that there is a positive, negative, and a question structure of the present simple tense, but first we need to know about the positive structure. In a positive structure, first we take subject and then verb and then some extra information. For example, I write a book. In this sentence, I is a subject, write is a verb, a book is extra information. So you write a book. You, I, we, they. These all are called subjects. And write, this is verb. In some cases, you will be say subject plus verb plus object, but we can say subject plus verb plus some extra information you added. So you write a book, we write a book, they write a book. As we know that with these subject I, you, we, they, after these words, after this subject, with verb we not add s, es or ies, we not add. But if you use she, he, it or a single noun, after that the verb we have to use s, es or ies. We will explain that later. She writes a book. She is a subject, writes is a verb. So as we told that if there is a she, he, it or a single name come after the subject, we have to add s, es or ies. So here we add s. He writes a book, it writes a book. Especially when you're using some type of computer or technology, if that is able to write something, or AI in these days technology is coming, so we can say it writes a book. On present simple tense in a negative, the structure is subject plus do not or don't plus verb plus extra information. For example, I don't write a book. Here I is a subject and we use don't or do not, and then verb write a book. You don't write a book. We don't write a book. They don't write a book. On the other side, with this subject, with she, he, it or single noun, we just add es and also not with do. For example, she doesn't write a book. Here I wrote doesn't. So the s at the end of the verb is come from verb to here behind the do. Before here we were using do and now we're using does. The reason is s or es, which was behind the verb, that's jumped to do and does. He doesn't write a book. It doesn't write a book. Mike doesn't write a book. So this is called contraction form. All right, so now we are going to learn how to make a question sentence in a present simple tense. The structure is we'll bring do at the beginning of sentence, and then we'll put subject and then verb. If there is some extra information after verb, we'll add that and then question mark. For example, do you write a book? In this sentence, we brought do in the beginning of sentence and then we add subject and then verb and then some extra information or object. So we need to give answer, short answer in a simple present tense or present simple tense. In this question, we say, do you write a book? The short answer is, yes, I do. If that person writing a book, we'll see, yes, he write a book. We can say, yes, I do. If I not writing a book, I will give short answer, no, I don't. The same, if there is instead of you, you can use we. Do we write a book? Yes, we do, or no, we don't. We can use they. Do they write a book? Yes, they do, or no, they don't. Let's see. If there is a subject is she, he, it, or a single noun, then we not use do there. Instead of do, we use there does. Where? In the beginning of sentence. Structure is does plus subject plus verb. If there is some extra information, we'll add that, and also at the end, question mark. For example, does she write a book? In this sentence, does we bring to the beginning of sentence and then subject, then verb, and then object or extra information. At in the end, don't forget a question mark. The short answer is yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. Instead of she, we can use he. Does he write a book? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Instead of he, we can use it. Does it write a book? Yes, it does, or no, it doesn't. Or instead of she, he, it, we can use them. Does Bob write a book? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Or we can say yes, Bob does, or no, Bob doesn't. In a present simple tense, now we will be learning how to make the WH question structure and answer. In this sentence, where do you live? So we brought WH question, and then we brought do, then subject you, and then verb here. So the structure is WH question plus do does plus subject plus verb, and then question mark. Where do you live? I live in Canada. When another example, how much does the ticket cost? So the answer is the ticket costs $300. In this sentence, first we brought how much, and then does, then the ticket, and the last is cost. Now we will be talking about spelling in a present simple tense, where we can add s, es, or ies. So now we add s with most of verbs like live, lives, sit, sits, stay, stays. And we add es if the verb ends on o, s, ss, sh, ch, x, and z. For example, relax is ending on x, so we add es. Stress is ending on ss, we add es. Brush is ending on sh, we add es. Touch is ending on ch, we add es. Buzz is ending on zz or z, we add es. And go is ending on o, so we add es. From relax, it's relaxing, relaxes. Stress, stresses. Brush, brushes. Touch, touches. Buzz, buzzes. Go, become, goes. Present simple tense. If a verb ends on consonant and y, then we drop y and add ies at the end of verb. For example, study. Study is ending on y, and before y there is a consonant, so we drop y and add ies. From study, it's now studies. Try, tries. Cry, cries. Fly, flies. Just remember, this guide is for those words which ending on y, but before y should be a consonant. Let's do some practice on present simple tense. Plus means positive sentence. I live in Japan. We like to run. She tries to pass a test. He talks to him often. If you want to convert these positive sentences into negative, let's see this example. I don't live in Japan. We don't like to run. She doesn't try to pass a test. He doesn't talk to him often. Alright, as we said that if we convert the present simple tense in a question, we'll bring do does to the beginning of sentences. Do I live in Japan? Do we like to run? Does she try to pass a test? Does he talk to him often? If we want to convert this present simple tense with a WH question, then we will do like this. Where do you come from? I come from New York. Do you live in a house or a flat? I live in a house. I hope we learned something new. See you in the next video. You all have a good day.